let's dial this number, shall we? And see how they like it, scammers, when you give them a call and give them a taste of their own medicine. Here we go. This should be fun.
Hello.
I'm willing to bet they're not going to pick up the phone, but they'll see a missed call from me and then they'll try and ring me back. And I'll be waiting for them.
Is it me you're looking for?
He's fearless, scurrilous, a little too careless.
So earlier on, some people rang up claiming to be from my bank and claiming my card had an unauthorized transaction spent on it. So I'm waiting to see what actually happens. Come on, guys, call me back. I'm just going to keep this going. I don't want to edit anything in between. So it's been 1 hour and 30 seconds so far. 1 minute and 32 seconds, but it feels like an hour. Come on, guys, ring back. Or they're happily defrauding somebody else online at the moment.
A few moments later.
They've probably realized.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Is this the Barclays fraud team?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Right. Okay. Well, nice to speak to you guys. Is there somebody called Curtis who works there?
You are currently speaking to Curtis.
Yeah. You rang me an hour ago to say that there was suspicious activity on my card.
Yeah. Is now a better time to speak with you?
It is.
Okay. Yep. So what we did, I'm just pulling up your account now. Please bear with me. Okay. Please bear with me a moment. I want to be a moment. Okay, yeah. So what we can see is there was actually 3 attempted transactions, okay, and 1 attempted direct debits on your account, all in the Liverpool area. Okay, we did actually notice that the transactions wasn't made by yourself, which was the reason for my call. The transactions did occur in the Liverpool area.
Yeah, Curtis, can I just, I'm with you, mate. I'm with you in strength and in mind. I was going to say to you that after our phone call, I decided to ring up my actual bank. And you know what they said to me? They said there's no such transactions. So what I like to know is, Curtis, do you enjoy ringing up customers and trying to defraud them on the phone?
Yeah, I don't actually enjoy it, mate. But
okay.
I have to make a living one way or another.
I know. Well, at least you're honest, because, I'm not sure who your boss is, if they're LGBT, if they stand for Black Lives Matters and all that kind of bullshit. Because, to be honest, mate, I'll give you some friendly advice. At least you're honest to tell me you're trying to defraud me. But if I want to give you some honest life advice, mate, maybe pack this job in today and just go and do something honest. If you got to sell marijuana in the streets of Liverpool or whatever, do that.
Mate, don't worry, mate. I've got property as well.
Right.
This is extra income. I do Airbnb as well, mate.
Listen, my friend. Okay, you seem like a reasonable guy, but why do you do this? Do you not think that you might be hurting somebody else's livelihood?
No. So what actually happens is the bank will actually refund you if you actually do lose any funds. So it is a win-win situation for both ends. The bank will actually refund you. They don't actually lose out of any funds.
But listen, mate, you sound like you got the kettle like almost on the boil there, but you just admitted to me that you are trying to defraud me, and I've just said to you there's an easier way out, which is tell your boss to stick the phone up his arse or her arse and go and do something else. Just do something else that you can get extra money with. You shouldn't enjoy ringing up people and claiming that they've got that.
I don't actually enjoy it, mate. I don't.
I mean, you're ringing from a phone number which is 0208 123 4615. I mean, anybody with a lesser mind would probably fall for that. And this is bizarre, man, because I would expect you to get aggressive and put the phone down on me, but you're quite a reasonable guy. But Curtis, I'm telling you, mate, just give the gig up, man. Just go and do something better with your life. You've heard of
I do properly appreciate the advice. I do.
You've heard of karma. You've heard of karma?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Karma will come and bite you back in the ass.
Mate, I do a lot of good, mate. I do a lot of good, trust me.
Right. You probably do. You probably do. Just in this instance, you weren't trying to do good because I'm pretty sure you're instructed to do something by your boss who probably grooms little children in their spare time. And and they probably do. And I don't give a fuck if they hear this phone call either. But seriously, mate, I just think about it over the weekend. Think on Monday morning. Do I really need to wake up and make another customer unhappy for the rest of their lives? And
I'll take all that.
Yeah.
Thanks for the advice, mate.
You're welcome, Curtis. Have a nice weekend, my friend, and tell your boss to leave kids alone. Cheers. Bye now.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Fucking hell. You know what? I just have to leave this in IRL at the moment. So that actually just happened. Yep. So I was planning to lay into that person because I think they're a piece of shit. But it's weird that a fraudster who I called up actually admitted they're committing fraud to a customer of their bank. And yes, I gave away who I bank with. I don't give a shit. I mean, it could be Coots & Co for all I know. But that was bizarre. Listen, today I went for a job interview, hence why I'm like this. I'm not dressing for you guys because you know what? It's a special occasion. That might come later on, actually. But no, I actually had a job interview today. Now, when I left my house to go and catch the bus, a very weird thing happened to me. So, minding my own business, I'm sat near the driver with my back to him, so I can't actually see what's going on. And then I hear this passenger get on board and saying, "Oh, sorry, driver, sorry." I'm thinking, okay, whatever, don't care. Then this gentleman, as it turns out, it wasn't a blonde, brunette, or redhead with big, massive tits. That would have been an amazing bonus if it was. Sits in front of me. And of course now, it's a Muslim guy. So the only reason why I know this is because I wasn't paying any attention at first. And then I can see like a hand waving to me from the corner of my left eye. So I turn and this guy, who's probably in his mid-50s, starts looking at me and starts going, "Salam, salam." And I'm like, "Oh, salam alaikum," back at him. That's all I said. Then I just carried looking outside to see if I can see any distracting females wearing leggings. No such luck, of course. And then I can see this guy beckoning from my left-hand side again. So I turn and he's holding a big fuck off gold cross in his hand. And he's got like red jewelry going down the middle. So my first response is, I don't have any money. I can't buy that off you. And he's like, no. And he starts doing all this shit, like almost like the sign of the cross and blessing me with it. I'm like, okay. And there's probably about 6 other people on the bus and they're looking at me, looking at him. And I'm thinking, why has this guy singled me out? It's so strange. And then, of course, now I think my whole life started to flash before me. I'm thinking, all right, hang on a second. Is he going to start taking out his Quran and reading out some gibberish and then the whole bus blows up? Well, fortunately for me and everybody else on the bus, including the gentleman himself, that never happened. And I haven't heard anything on the news so far pertaining to that alleged incident that may have taken place. So I had my interview this morning. Well, I had 2 interviews. One was pretty informal, where I was claiming universal credit, and a big black gentleman behind the desk who I went to see, because when you see a white person now at the Job Centre Plus talking to you. So this guy takes a look at my watch. He sees it from the corner of his eye, and he's very aggressive at first. That's saying, you're going for an interview this afternoon. You might want to remove that, because I said, "Oh, listen, mate, this is it's not a Rolex. It's just a Seiko for the record, folks. There you go, a Padai diver's watch. Yep, it's a Seiko, because this has fooled a few other bespoke eyes who thought this was actually a Rolex because it resembles the cola dial, the Pepsi Cola dial of the famous Rolex that he takes after. And then all of a sudden now, his mood changed. He went from aggressive to being a very nice guy toward me. We were talking about luxury watches and how he owned an Oris watch and he still has it. And I was telling him, look, I used to have an Oris watch before. They're really nice. And I would recommend people who want to collect luxury watches to start with that particular model as their entry point. And then that was fine. Then I went for my other interview this afternoon. And to be honest, it was good. It was long. They gave me a test at the beginning, which I completely aced. And then it was a male and female interviewer. And I felt that the male, who's a shorter stature, was a bit more aggressive with me in his questioning. And look, to be fair to the guy, I've been out of the interview game for the last 3 years. And going in for these things again, you know, you're never quite sure what you're prepared for. You can only prepare for so much because I don't actually know what they're going to ask me. That's the whole idea. But my honest reaction when I left was, oh, and then by the way, that's when I got this phone call from my bank claiming that somebody has spent £160 on my card in Cardiff and then subsequently in Liverpool on another purchase, which again, you know, if you're ringing from a phone number that's 0208 123 4615, come on, man. Yeah, I don't care about broadcasting that number because I presume this is this guy's own address or it's a made up number. It's got to be made up. Do you really not think I'll catch on to that? But I really wanted to lay into this guy because he sounded like a piece of shit. But then hearing the fact he actually admitted fraud to me was hilarious. That in itself is absolutely hilarious. So when that Muslim dude, the shaman, was blessing me, I don't know what kind of luck he was giving me today because it certainly didn't fucking work, that's for sure. But you know what, folks? I could have made this the massive introduction to my video today, but no, I'm going to save this for later on. And the next time you see me, I'm still going to look like this because I can't bother to get dressed and put my bandana on. I'm going to give you the next video after this will be my video for the PlayStation State of Play, the State of Decay, whatever you want to call it, from yesterday. So I'm just going to give you a reaction for that. And then hopefully we'll be zippity doodah for the next video that will be out tomorrow. So if I were you, and if you were me, you should come back for the next video.